What? How do you figure this out? How does somebody... Generic intro into that goes. We're back with some more Game Theory FNAF videos. Today we're doing FNAF Stumped Me, FNAF Can't Be Solved, which I'm not really sure. Maybe we don't have all the pieces yet, but I think most of the story is pretty much done. People have been looking forward to this specific episode. I'm not really sure why. We're going to react to it today, and we're going to see what's going on. You want to check out my reaction to last week's video, which was What's in the Box. I'll leave it right up there. Also, give a link down below in the description. Also, going to be in a playlist on my channel with all them other Game Theory FNAF videos. Go in chronological order if you want to check those out. I've only ever played the first FNAF game. I actually beat the first FNAF game. There's 2 videos on my channel of me playing through the FNAF game, and I don't like scary games, so I screamed a lot, and it was just not the most fun for me. Probably a really enjoyable time for you, but I've loved watching these videos. You all showed so much support for it, so thank you so much for being here. You can subscribe so you don't miss future videos. You can check some other videos. Like, all my videos should, like, all the big series that I've done are in playlist on my channel. I upload like 16, 17, 18, sometimes 19 videos a week, maybe even 20 videos. I've done 23 in a week before. So I upload a lot. I'm trying to make your day a little bit better just in case you don't enjoy the death battle that goes live today. So, you know, Game Theory FNAF. Let's go ahead and jump into FNAF Stumped Me. And also shout out to the patrons. They get the videos there early, literally $3 a month. I could not do it without them.
I give up. Scott, you beat me. I can't solve FNAF. I can't. But I'm
well, you don't have all the pieces, I guess.
So darn
well, I think Scott said they have all the pieces.
Time, I need you guys to come in.
Viral. Oh. So he's officially lost his mind. Okay. Oh, this is the place that got burned down, right? What do we mean, the upside down? Is that Slenderman? Puppet. Okay. That's not very spooky. That's actually a pretty cool intro. This was June 3rd,
Welcome
20-something.
to Game Theory, where the 4th closet is a recording closet. Now, most of you are
he actually
probably
record these
confused
videos
about
in a
that opening
closet.
reference, which means that you haven't implanted Scott Cawthon with an RFID tracker that follows his every movement. Fortunately,
okay.
I have. Which means that I can tell you 2 things. 1, Scott spends a lot of time on the toilet. Gotta stop maxing out the spicy salsa at Chipotle, Scotty C. Us old people gotta watch our digestive
Old people.
biomes. And 2, the FNAF series may have quote-unquote ended with FNAF
Also,
6,
I feel like the quality of this video got a lot better.
Variations of the same darn animatronic bear are far from over because Scott has been quietly working away on his pièce de résistance, ultimate custom night.
So is that like the final one of the story? So at some point, like, the story completely changes.
51 characters, all able to be cranked
okay,
up
so it turned to a battle royale.
20. I gotta be real, Markiplier, might
I don't
be
like
time
those.
to be giving up your FNAF crown. That means there can only be one. Docko, save us. You're our only hope.
Who are
anyway,
you?
If you're wondering
I don't
why
know
this
who that
episode
is.
took so long to come out, that's one of the big reasons why. I was
Why?
afraid that, like the last custom night, I'd be working on the theory and the DLC would come out.
I don't
with
like that.
scenes
I don't like
explaining
that.
the
Get
lore,
out of
and
here.
then suddenly I'd have to contend with even more purple people puking up robotic spaghetti in the middle of the street. So
Robotic
based on
spaghetti.
Scott's playtesting,
Do you think
right
they
now he's
regret it?
averaging a survival time of 15 seconds. It looks like I may have an opening here.
Oh. Oh, it's out now. Darth Vader. I've never seen Star Wars. That probably doesn't
Let me
hurt
remind you that we've
most people.
already covered a lot.
These videos
of
are also
ground
in a
here
playlist,
Videos 1
so.
and 2 of the series. Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator, otherwise known as FNAF 6, was created with the intention to tie up a lot of loose ends, both for
Which it
Scott
did,
and
I
for
think.
the game franchise. We learned that William's business partner Henry, who we were first introduced to back in FNAF World and later in the novel, does in fact play a role in the mainline series of the games. Henry is canon. In FNAF 6, he creates a simulated
Throwing pizza.
pizzeria to serve as a trap, luring in
I haven't
all
had
the
pizza
remaining
since
animatronics.
October
One could say it was a
2016.
locked box to put all the pieces together. Henry then pulls a Thanos and turns everyone into an
Damn.
ashy pile.
I'm not
I would.
feeling too good, Foxy.
I don't feel
Henry's
too
hit
good.
list
Yeah.
included
Not gonna
Springtrap,
spoil anything.
aka William Afton, aka the metaphorical purple guy, Baby,
So many purple
aka
guys.
William's daughter Elizabeth, Ennard, aka the combination
Ennard,
of
that's how you
Morton
spell
Freddy
that? Okay,
Laura slash
with an E.
Funtime Foxy, your player character Michael Afton, aka the literal purple
Who's a
guy
walking
who
corpse.
picked up robot spaghetti, and the newcomer Lefty, like Wally, but with less robot lovey-dovey and more robot stabby-stabby. We learned through
I've
the
got
hidden insanity ending and other in-game
Hidden
clues that
insanity.
Lefty is a containment suit. suit, built
Yeah,
specifically by
and captured
Henry
the puppet.
to lure and trap the puppet, which is possessed by the spirit of
I like
his
it. I like
deceased
Lefty.
daughter, who
Left
remains
is Lefty my favorite
nameless.
character?
The
Maybe.
Insanity
Don't worry
ending
about
also
it.
gave us clues as to how the Funtime animatronics
I know the puppet's
function.
actually,
Unlike
like, a good
OGs,
character.
The Funtimes are heated up and infused with remnants.
Let's say he's kids, I'm not
basically
sure.
soul juice that's extracted from kidnapped children. But that was all just surface stuff. Through our analysis of the Fruity Maze minigame and clues from FNAF 2, we were able to piece
FNAF
together
2,
that
that game
this
I'm never
dead
playing.
dog is probably Mangle, and that this girl becomes one of Afton's early victims. It's
Yeah.
clearly not his daughter, notice the eye color, and it's not Henry's daughter, notice the
So
hair
it's just a
color,
random
so it
girl.
must be one of William Afton's victims. And that's pretty much everything we covered in my last two videos.
Yes,
but now
which
it's
I've
time to
read
get to the
to.
new
It's coming out every
stuff,
single week.
starting with this girl. Not only do we know that this is one of William Afton's earliest victims, we also know that
Is
her
there a
name
relation?
is Susie, and that she goes on to possess
My ex's
Chica.
mother.
That's right.
Name.
We can identify her based
Oh?
on this image. If you manage to find all the game's
What
Easter
in the
eggs, you
world?
unlock
All
the
the balloon
Lore
boys.
Keeper certificate and a final screen at the end of the game. A hillside filled with gravestones.
Gabrielle,
Graves with
Fritz,
a very
Susie,
diverse set of names.
Jeremy.
5 in
Wasn't
the
Jeremy
foreground with
the
one name obscured and one in the back,
security guard?
with again the name hidden from view. Trust me, I tried
That's a
my
long
best to
name.
pull a CSI on that one.
No.
Enhance.
Enhance again.
Enhance a third time.
You know, Fast and Furious, just go ahead and accept
Damn it,
butters.
Scott.
Just put it on, like,
Anyway, this
ninth gear,
imagery
you know?
should seem pretty familiar,
Fast and
right?
Furious.
4 graves with 4 names, 3 boys and a girl, which perfectly matches up to our core 4 animatronics.
Does Gabrielle have to be a
3
boy
boy
name?
robots and a girl robot. To further
can see
solidify the
Gabriella.
point, look at how the graves are arranged. It's a pattern that's identical to the arrangement of the masks in the good ending of FNAF 3, even down to the girl character being third in line and slightly behind the other 2. Coincidence?
Did we
I
actually
think
figure
you know
that
the
out?
answer to that by
Like, we actually
now.
figured that.
Then
I
you have
mean,
this
the tombstones
mysterious
aren't
5th
turned.
grave hidden off to the side. That one definitely contains the soul of whoever winds up possessing Golden Freddy, but more on that one later. And
Okay.
lastly, there's this one overlooking
Which is that
them all.
puppet?
Up on the top
Is
of
that
the
the
hill,
puppet?
that's the puppet. Henry's daughter, the one who watches over the rest. 6 main characters, 6 graves, and the same 6 characters that we see fade
like
away
it.
during the Happiest Day minigame at the end of FNAF 3's good ending. In short,
That's
what
the good
gravestone
ending.
scene
Hey,
is
good
revealing
ending,
to
kids
us is
die.
who these victims are, with Susie as Chica. That also means Freddy is really named Gabriel, Foxy is Fritz, and Bonnie is Jeremy. It's also relatively easy to figure out
Yeah.
the name on the puppet's grave, Charlie, or
Charlie?
one of the two.
Charlotte.
We know this not through the
been to
games,
Charlotte
but
many
rather
times.
through the books. But the books aren't canon,
Was
I
in
hear
Charlotte
you
last
saying,
week,
and
actually.
you're absolutely right, they're not.
city,
but they're
not a
starting
person.
to cross over very heavily. For instance, the entire reveal of William Afton having a business partner named Henry, he was first introduced in the Silver Eyes long before
Which was
Sister
the first
Location
book.
ever came out. You ever wonder about this weird wolf poster hanging in the alley of
Didn't know
FNAF
it
6?
existed.
It's actually one of the Twisted animatronics from the second novel, The Twisted Ones, who are programmed to hide during the day by burying themselves in shallow
yeah. I
graves,
remember
then
hearing about
dig
these.
themselves up at night to roam the countryside looking for innocent victims to vor. And wouldn't you know it, but that's exactly
Very
what we see
interesting,
hinted
you
at
know.
in the FNAF 6 minigame Midnight Motorist. By going through the game's secret exit and then plowing your car into this random
There's a
area
secret
between the
exit.
trees, you're able to get out in a clearing in the middle
What?
of the forest.
How
And
do
in
you
the
figure
upper
this
left
out?
corner of the screen
How
is a
does
pile
somebody-
of unmarked dirt. You can't interact with it, the game doesn't
It's just
acknowledge it
there.
at all, but very clearly it is
It's there for some
intentionally
reason.
there.
Oh, yeah.
It's super random, right? It is until you read The Twisted Ones. Or have me read it for you, because seriously, that's why I'm here.
Imagine
Page
knowing how to read.
74, quote, when Charlie reached the backyard, she stopped dead. Before her were 3 huge holes in the ground. They looked like graves. Something climbed out of these.
Oh,
and
cool.
So clearly, even though
They
the
just don't wanna
books
stay
aren't
buried.
canon, there is significant crossover with the characters and events from the series. In the books,
Is that the
Henry had a
marionette
daughter
puppet?
named
I swear to
Charlotte.
God.
In the games, Henry has a daughter who goes on to become the puppet. It only makes sense for them to share the name, hence gravestone number 5. But it's gravestone number 6 where, I gotta be honest, after months
no
of
idea.
brainstorming, working and reworking sequences of events and analyzing
Who
imagery,
is it?
I have to regrettably admit defeat. You heard that right. For
Do
the
we-
first time ever on the show,
He's
I have
admitting
to throw in
defeat?
the towel. Now, don't get me wrong. I have a lot of leads here. Loose threads that I know go somewhere, and I feel like I'm just a step or two away from putting it all together, but I just
But
can't
it has to
quite
be a
do it,
named
and I
character we
hate
know
to admit
about.
it,
Get
and
back in the
honestly,
closet.
that is the other reason why this video
He
has
actually
taken
records
so
these
long
videos
for
in
me
the
to write
closet.
and put together. I didn't want to admit defeat. I didn't want to come to you without a complete idea of what was going on, but honestly, at this point,
I don't know
I'm
who it could
almost
be.
out of ideas, and I need your help help, or maybe even a little helpfulness from
Scott.
comments to help.
Apparently they've never
together,
interacted
which
really.
honestly could be a very cool
I find
group
surprising.
project for all of us to work on together. Anyway, let me
group
explain.
projects.
Grave 6
Just did a
obviously
animation
belongs
video
to
on that.
Golden Freddy, and once we know that name, we'll finally be able to uncover the source behind the mysterious repeated messages of "It's me" that have been popping up since FNAF 1. It is a huge deal. And here's the biggest twist of them all. We're not shooting in the dark here. Scott has already given us all the information that we need to solve what
apparently, nobody's been able to figure it out.
The trio of novels isn't the only book that Scott Cawthon's released. Late last year, Scott released the Five Nights at Freddy's Survival Logbook, an activity workbook for kids filled with things like simple quizzes about the games, drawing projects, and
why kids'
The theme
book?
is that you're a new night guard at the Freddy's restaurant. It's adorable until you realize it's a book.
I feel like Scott's gonna put Chuck E. Cheese out of
die
business.
A gruesome, horrific death trapped inside a furry suit. It's some dark stuff. But perhaps the darkest part of the book is the
it's not actually
dabbing
for kids.
chica. Anyway, things start to feel more than they seem from page 1, when it's revealed that this book once belonged to a guy named Mike. And one look at the book's word search immediately clues you in that there's way more here than meets the eye. Putting
what
the
is
likes
your
of
name?
Gravity Falls Journal number 3
I've never seen Gravity Falls.
Basically, the Five Nights at Freddy's Survival
I've been told
Logbook
to
is a
react
book
to
like
it,
the metagame, dedicated
copyright.
to revealing Golden Freddy's real name, all disguised as a children's activity workbook. It is unquestionably my favorite thing that this franchise has yet produced. That is no exaggeration. This thing is so cool, but the problem is I can't solve it. Here's how it all breaks down. Several pages throughout the book contain faded text that says my name. Each of those pages with that text also has a numeric clue hidden on it. Sometimes it's written in plain sight, sometimes with numbers out of place, sometimes the page number itself is wrong. Page 29 is numbered 52. Page 32 is numbered 39. Page
that would drive me nuts.
43 is numbered 15.
Why?
On page 47, the numbers 7 and 2 appear out of order in the survey question. On page 85, we're presented with a list, and numbers 10 and 11 appear in red. On page 108, time 811 appears on an incident report that Mike was supposed to log in. So putting all those numeric clues in order, we get 52, 39, 15, 7, 2, 10, 11, 8, 11.
8, 11.
But that's just the beginning. Throughout the book, there are some coupons for Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. On one of those coupons, we see that Mike wrote himself the message for real value.
See page
61.
Oh, 61. I thought it was
and
exclamation mark.
suddenly you see a finish the comic strip exercise, where in one of the panels, Foxy and Freddy stand in front of a
5
chalkboard
plus 9,
with
there's
5
3 down the
plus
bottom.
4 written in one part and a 3 written in the bottom right corner.
I mean, it's so
this
obvious.
Very clearly tells us that we need to add the 2 numbers together on each of those 6 pages from earlier to get the real value for that page. 5 plus 2 is 7, 3 plus 9 is 12, 1 plus 5 is 6, 7
gonna be a
plus 2 is
combination
9,
or something?
10 plus 11 is 21, and 8 plus 11 is 19. 7, 12, 6, 9, 21, 19, which seems like it's giving us a code to a 6-letter name. But now, what do you do with those numbers? Well, one page in the book contains a giant grid that encourages readers to draw in 8 bits. But if you look closely at the grid, the grid's axes are actually numbered. And there are tiny letters in the grid's first few boxes. It seemed to me like this grid was setting up an alphanumeric code where the numbers each get represented by a different letter. Putting 7, 12, 6, 9, 21, and 19 into that, you get Gilpheus. It's clearly not Golden Freddy's real name. But then what about that 3 that's in the bottom right corner of the chalkboard? I tried shifting all the letters and numbers 3 up and 3 down, decoding, recoding. Still nothing that would make any sort of sense. But I wasn't admitting defeat yet. The fact that all this is happening on a grid seemed to point to the numbers being decoded using a Visionaire cipher. If you've never encountered these before, welcome to the exciting world of cryptography, the art of solving codes. Visionaire ciphers are one of the most famous codes out there. Basically, you need a giant alphabet grid and a keyword. So say I want to
the keyword is Gilphus.
Crying child. That's called my plain text, and I want my keyword to be Mike. What I would do is in my alphabet grid, go over to my first letter, the C in crying, and then go down to the row M, the first letter in my keyword Mike. That gives me the letter O. Then I would find where column R for the R in crying intersects with row I for the second letter in Mike to get a Z. That's my second encoded letter. And then keep going with column Y crossing with row K and on and on, repeating the keyword over and over until I'm at the end of the phrase. If you've done it correctly, you get the cipher text or encoded word Ozim Zamlun. Luton. Ozim Zamluton. Ozim Zamluton.
Yep. Sure.
Then to decode, you just reverse the process.
Pasta?
And that's what I tried, over and over again, on and off
Diet
again
Coke.
for months, and still nothing. Using those real values of 7, 12, 6, 9, 21, and 19, I tried everything. Different keywords like Mike, Chica,
What is the significance
Friday,
of the
since
three,
it's on
though?
the magazine that Foxy's reading, Bonnie, Foxy, doing the process forwards and backwards,
So
trying to
he's
shift
gone
everything
insane.
by 3, both before and after.
What if
the
Scott didn't
encoding
give
and
everybody the
decoding
code and he didn't
process,
just
since
make him go
that's
insane?
the random number on the chalkboard that has no explanation. I even started reversing the codes I was working with, since the number 3 on the chalkboard could potentially relate to page 3 of the survival guide, which specifically says take a moment for self-reflection. So that's what I did.
Dude,
I
how
reflected the
deep does
numbers
this
before
go?
coding, after coding, reversing the alphabet, still nothing. If you think that's a
That's
lot,
wild.
I still wasn't done, because there are other oddities in this book. For unknown reasons, Mike has made
It's
red
literally
ink
just a
tally
book
marks throughout it.
full
On
of
page
Easter
9,
eggs.
there are 5. On page 19, there are 10. On page 31, there are 14, but they're in 2 groups, a 5 and a 9. On page 36, there are 5. On page 100, there are again 5. No explanation, no nothing. They can't just be random tally marks,
but
right?
they always go up to, like,
important,
5,
and they
right?
seem
Except for
especially
1 goes up
important
to
because
4.
there are 6 tally hints, just like the 6 real values that we found hidden throughout the book earlier. So I've tried shifting the individual letters off of those tally marks. Nothing. Tried shifting the letters off the tallies, then shifting the results by
It goes
that
up to
3 that's on that
26.
chalkboard. Nothing.
Oh, well, there's
Added
no
the tallies,
29th
then
letter of the
reversed.
alphabet.
Nothing. And on and on and on. Hopefully this all gives you an idea of what I do for some of these theories. Taking weeks
goes
just
insane.
to brainstorm new ways to attack the problem, but this time I'm coming up empty-handed. I still have nothing. None of my attempts have yielded anything like a real word or name. It feels like
I
I'm
don't blame him
there.
for going
Like
insane,
the
actually.
solution is right in front of me, but I just can't quite grasp it. And this is where I
You
have
need
to raise the
cipher
white
code.
flag. I don't know what to do.
So he's
I need
like,
your
hey,
help,
millions
or
of people.
else I need Scott to give us some clues or something, because I am stumped. I feel like I've tried everything, and very clearly this is the way that Scott intends to reveal Golden
To make you
Freddy's
go insane.
name. But without all of us working to solve it, that name will forever remain in mystery. And this is only the beginning. The survival guide is simultaneously the most important, most
it's nothing
revealing,
but-
and most frustrating piece of evidence.
It's like he literally
thrown
made it just
into
to be
this
Easter eggs.
franchise. Yes, the Golden Freddy puzzle is a huge part of that, but there's more. So much more. This book confirms so many assumptions about this series and unveils
what?
so many more
It'd be cool if he did a
mysteries than
video
we
that was
ever
like what I was
thought
right about and what I
possible.
was
And the
wrong
Golden
about, you
Freddy
know?
mystery is just a small piece of that. The rest all relate to Michael Afton.
Purple
All
eyes.
of that'll have to be in just a few days. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you wait months.
Oh,
so make
just a
sure
few
you
days. Well,
just
it'll be
hit
next
that
week.
subscribe button to
Well,
ensure that
patrons
you're
get a day
here
early.
next
$3 a
week for
month.
what
I'm against
guarantee
paywalls.
is
I'm gonna
the
make you
most
smile, not make you pay.
earth-shattering FNAF game
I don't
theory
load up my
since-
videos with
I don't even
ads. I don't
know.
take
FNAF
brand deals
2,
from
the things that
companies
we're
I don't
covering next
believe
time
in.
completely
So.
upend a lot of what we thought we knew about this franchise. So get ready for a long one. And in the meantime, remember
That's wild.
just
Aw,
a theory.
I literally made a Game of Thrones
Theory.
reference.
Thanks for
in this video.
simultaneously staying patient
That's
for the
funny.
release of this episode, as well as stomaching another multi-part FNAF episode. When you see next week's video, you'll understand why it had to be that way.
Why?
Subscribe.
Well, it's not the puppet. I swear to God, if it's the puppet in this. Do not put the puppet in there.
Watch the past FNAF episodes.
That's spooky.
Subscribe.
Nothing like getting spooked in June.
Scott, you're causing me severe head injuries. Subscribe.
Yeah, I
Make
heard,
my
Matt.
pain worth it.
I'm also going to be live streaming my Pokemon White and Nuzlocke today. I actually have a Pat Rat that I named Matt Pat. So I have Matt Pat the Pat Rat, who's my HM slave. So, yeah, I've never played Gen 5 before, so it's all new to me. That happens at 5 p.m., 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time over on Twitch. I also, I add everybody in the announcement chat on my Discord server. You can also join my Discord server. It's a great place, great community, you know. That was wild. I didn't know that book even existed. Can you imagine how many kids like grew up watching Markiplier and Captain Sparkles and these videos about like Five Nights at Freddy's, and now they're terrified to go to a Chuck E. Cheese's or ever work at a Chuck E. Cheese's and stuff like that? Like, I really wonder, like, has anybody ever asked like the Chuck E. Cheese's CEO or somebody that's like an executive how they feel about Five Nights at Freddy's? Like, has somebody ever done that? I really hope they have, because it has to have an effect. There's no way it doesn't have an effect. But I really enjoyed this video. I look forward to the next one, which is going to be This Changes Everything. It's going to be a 19-minute long video, so I look forward to that. I hope to see you there. I hope you're subscribed, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day most of all. But until the next video, take care, and kitty music.
foreplay.